Hello everyone, I am Heather Dawn Fleming, founder of the Conscious Nutrition Program and Philosophy. And today, Shane Carpenter of Water's Edge Physical Therapy invited me to share with her amazing people some anti-inflammatory foods and some meal ideas. Shane has only sent me the coolest referrals, so thank you, Shane, and you guys are all so great. So the question I'm going to start with is what to eat after a surf session. So love this question. I've gotten it often. So I'm going to give you a couple different ways to look at your meal planning and also look at the best way to give your body the most nutrients so you can absorb, assimilate, digest well, have more energy, and then of course then less inflammation. Okay? So the principle I use with conscious nutrition is called food combining. I made a really cool food tree. It's on my YouTube. I'll send you the link. And it's a way to kind of meal plan so you feel great and you, again, get the most kapow for your, from your meals, because that's the main goal too. So you can go out and have another surf session, the inflammation stays low, and your energy stays high. So with food combining, the main foundation of this bowl is going to either be starch and veggies and fat or protein, veggies, and fat. So I do want you to kind of experiment and play with your body. And one day you might want the starch and the next day you might want the protein. So I have a lot of vegetarian clients, so that's why I like to give these options too. For example, for the protein bowl, you could do either garbanzo beans, chickpeas, or you could do chicken. So we have some chicken here. Those would be, you could do those together actually. So if you wanted to do more, you're really hungry after a big session, you could do both of those together, okay? Then I want you to do either your sweet potato, or I didn't make quinoa, but quinoa would be another option. So this is a roasted sweet potato. I'm gonna do a vegetarian one because the chicken's not thawed yet. So we're gonna do sweet potato here. And then you can combine either of these with all the ingredients I'm gonna give you next, but don't combine those. The reason I separate starch and protein is I do see it causes a little more digestive disturbances and it doesn't absorb well, so everyone's left feeling bloated, gassy, constipated, and that doesn't make you energized to go have another surfing session, and that's what causes inflammation. It's all from your leaky gut, okay? So when we separate these, you may get more absorption, so then you don't have as much leaky gut too, and all those symptoms. So I'm gonna do the sweet potato one because, like I said, the chicken wasn't thawed, and I prefer a little more vegetarian too. So I'm gonna do that, of course, with some shredded carrots. I have some arugula here. You could wilt the arugula or wilt the kale. I ended up cooking some cauliflower back here. Cauliflower would be a vegetable, but it is pretty cruciferous, so you could even count that by itself and not have the sweet potato if you didn't have as long as a session. If you had a pretty long session and you're pretty worked after, I do recommend some little more carbohydrates than the cauliflower. So I did roasted cauliflower with turmeric and coconut oil here. So we're gonna add a little bit of that in there. And if you don't like any of these ingredients, you can move them around and then revisit the food tree to see what's on each side too. Winter squashes I have on the starch side, but those sometimes could be just even a vegetable also. I'll stir this for a second. Get them going. I'm gonna drizzle a little bit of avocado on there, avocado oil on there. You could top it with avocado too, that'd be cool. And then all the fats that I wanna put on here, we're gonna do, oh my gosh, walnuts. I actually would have caramelized these now that I'm looking at that I did the sweet potato. You could caramelize these. You could even use the same pan with the coconut oil, add a little bit of cinnamon and honey, it'd be delicious. Some sunflower seeds here. And then the herbs that are anti-inflammatory that I chose to match either of these was cilantro, a little bit of garlic, cut up ginger, fresh ginger root, cayenne pepper. You could do the turmeric straight on here, but I already did it on the cauliflower, so there is actually turmeric root at the store too if you want to cut it up and put it in there. That's really yummy too. It kind of looks like a cross between a baby carrot and a ginger, actually. Salt and pepper here. I'm gonna just give that a little more toss. You could even do a dressing, like you could do a fun like lemon, olive oil, and maybe like even a little mayonnaise dressing to make it a little creamier. I'm just gonna squeeze with a little bit of lime on top also. So the main takeaway from here is I used healthy fats to balance out the carbohydrates, of course the live foods, the greens and the seeds and all the other herbs, the live foods help. And then I personally like to do a little bit of cooked too. So try playing around with half cooked, half raw. But the main takeaway is trying not to combine the starch and the protein at every meal. If you know that you had a really big session and you have something else coming up and your digestion's working well and you don't have leaky gut, go for it. See if you feel okay. But if you're starting to feel inflammation creep up, I recommend separating your proteins and starches and just check in. See how your body's responding, seeing if you're recovering faster. I have a feeling you will. So here's your fun, power-packed anti-inflammatory bowl. Cheers to all of you surfers out there, and thanks again, Shane, for letting me be a part of your community. All right, take care.